please welcome to this microphone our Congresswoman, United States Congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett. Are y'all ready?
Listen, y'all, the senator's right. I have over 1 million frequent flyer miles. I am tired. But let me, correct. But let me say something, because I never say the same thing twice. And the fact that you were chanting B6 helped me to kind of get here. You know, we continuously hear that Donald Trump is a threat to our nation. And some people are like, okay, but, my coins are gonna be right. Like, some people just are not really understanding what that means, or they don't understand what it means when, the vice president is saying, listen, he wants to jail his enemies. So I wanna make sure that this is real clear about the choices that are on the ballot. And I want to make it real relevant right here in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to talk about some other place far away. I'm going to talk about Pennsylvania. So here recently, there's a place called Mount Pleasant. Did y'all see what happened in Mount Pleasant? Okay, so for those who didn't see what happened in Mount Pleasant, here it is, it's Halloween, and we oftentimes think that it's a great holiday for our kids to just go out and get a bunch of sugar they don't need. And so Mount Pleasant has a parade that they do every year. And there were seemingly Trump supporters that decided that they would dress somebody up, allegedly in the image of Kamala Harris, have her in chains, walking behind this vehicle, and then they had a fake AR pointed at her. Let me tell y'all something. That's right here in Pennsylvania, okay? Let me make it a little bit more plain for you. So a lot of people have no idea why I was in an 8 o'clock hearing one night and dealing with Marjorie talking about my eyelashes. I can assure you that my eyelashes were not on the agenda. I can also tell you that that hearing was actually about the fact that they were trying to incarcerate the Attorney General of the United States. And y'all have a representative right here in the great state of Pennsylvania that was there for all of it, Mr. Scott Perry. I am trying to tell y'all that these people ain't just talking about it, they've been trying to get it done. And luckily, in that hearing, she decided to act a fool, and so I made sure that she would not come for me again, and everybody got distracted. And people didn't quite realize that these people literally were trying to incarcerate our Attorney General, not because he committed a crime, but because they were upset because they didn't have the audio recordings when my chairman, as y'all remember, was like a wood now. Right, he can't hear anyway. So the fact that you have the transcripts, you were all good. Listen, y'all, I'm not asking the rest of y'all to rack up 1 million miles, especially between now and Tuesday. But I am asking that you do your part, and your part is talking to your friends, your neighbors, and actually talking to your enemies. Because this election, I promise y'all, I know people say, Democrats say it's the most important election of your lifetime, every single election cycle. And so people feel as if we are crying wolf. I am telling you, I have told people over and over and over, if they will disrespect me in my face as their colleague, what do you think that they think about you? And it comes out in their legislation. Now, just because you don't know what's in all 1,000 pages don't mean that they're not trying to push bad stuff. Just because Democrats are savvy enough and we are fighting like hell to keep that shit from your doorfront doesn't mean that it's not there. So I do want to be clear about this. They don't care about people that aren't rich, old, and white. I'm just being honest. Not in DC. I can't speak for Pennsylvania and what goes on at y'all's state capitol. But I can tell you, without a doubt, not what somebody told me, but what I experienced. So yes, I am tired. And yes, I am gonna fight. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I can only blame myself if I don't give it my all to do my part to save this country. So again, I'm not asking you to do that, but listen, if you hear, we got people traveling from all over the country to descend upon Pennsylvania because that's how much y'all matter. We have buses coming from New York. Yesterday, I had some folk out of DC that came here. Listen, if you live here, you need to do your part. If everybody else can come from everywhere else to get here to talk to your neighbors, you can talk to your neighbors. As I oftentimes say when I'm in Philly, freedom runs through Philly, y'all. On election day, yeah, they'll be looking at Pennsylvania. But at the end of the day, they're gonna look to see if Philly showed up. That is gonna be the first thing they see. They're gonna say, did Philly come out? They're not gonna say, did Harrisburg, they're gonna say, did Philly show up? Because we know that it's gonna be up to Philly to make sure that this state is delivered for the Harris Walls ticket. So again, I don't know in what ways I can say it, but these people are serious about it. And we have a Supreme Court that belongs to Donald Trump that has given him the immunity to do whatever he wants. Y'all, we have to do this, not just for ourselves, but for future generations. There is a house that he needs to visit. Whoa! And it's the big house.